Just working with our company, you're going to get to work with a lot of bright individuals.
Everyone is open and ready to help you, and definitely big on advocating for making sure that you succeed and reach your potential.
Everyone's goal is the same, to make the best products that we can for our clients and make sure that it is everything and more that it could be.
What's kept me here? Our culture. We're genuinely a very great group of people. Everyone's just always willing to lend a hand.
When I have a suggestion or a concern and I voice it, leadership actually hears me.
As a consultancy, every person has a role and has something to bring to the table. There's just a lot of opportunities here if you're up for the challenge.
Jump on board, be part of the fun ride, because we're going places.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there is
Just working with our company, you're going to get to work with a lot of bright individuals.
Everyone is open and ready to help you, and definitely big on advocating for making sure that you succeed and reach your potential.
Everyone's goal is the same, to make the best products that we can for our clients and make sure that it is everything and more that it could be.
What's kept me here? Our culture. We're genuinely a very great group of people. Everyone's just always willing to lend a hand.
When I have a suggestion or a concern and I voice it, leadership actually hears me.
As a consultancy, every person has a role and has something to bring to the table. There's just a lot of opportunities here if you're up for the challenge.
Jump on board, be part of the fun ride, because we're going places.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there, it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Bertner Electric Incorporated provides professional commercial electrical contractor services to Indianapolis and surrounding communities. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years, our knowledge and experience make us the perfect choice for all your commercial electrical contractor needs. Contact us today.
Thanks to you. standing with us. You are truly making a difference in the lives of our neighbors in need.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirits, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
Hey, Indiana, let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
For the first time this season, Rose-Hulman will play in the friendly confines of Holbert Arena. It's the home opener for the Fighting Engineers as they seek their first win of the year. But in order to make that happen, they'll have to face off against the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks, who are also looking for their first win of the season as well. Someone's going to get in the win column tonight. We'll have it for you right here on RHIT.TV. RHIT.TV is brought to you by Reynolds Farm Equipment. Reynolds Farm Equipment is a leading equipment dealer since 1955. Passion to care, delivering care with more than 24 years of experience. Boilermaker Local 374. Boilermaker Local 374 represents highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication throughout the state of Indiana. Wheeler Mission. For over 125 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community. Bertner Electric, your trusted electrician partner since 1986. The Morales Group, we're in business to create a better future for you and your family. Also by the Drumstick Dash, move your feet so others can eat. And by the IndianaSRN sports page. Follow the sports page every day with updated news from coast to coast. Log on at IndianaSRN.com and click on our tab. And welcome into Holbert Arena, everybody. I'm Cruz Martin, alongside me, my partner, Chris Sherman. And Chris, back at Holbert Arena for the first time this season. It's going to be a fun one. One of these teams is going to get in the win column tonight. It's going to be exciting to see who it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Both these coaches kind of in a similar spot. One is in their third season, one's in their fourth, kind of in the 500 range historically, but not the starts they want this season.
No doubt about it. We'll talk about Illinois Tech starting off. They're coming off a loss to Concordia Chicago. They lost that one 85-68. They didn't take care of the ball very well, but they had a good day from the free throw line. They have another opportunity in front of them, and we'll see how they come out of the gate and how they respond either to early success or getting punched early as well.
Yeah, Illinois Tech will be the bigger team out on the floor most likely. They've got taller guys. Be interesting to see how that affects the rebounding battle. But they've also got guys who can make three-pointers from the outside. So, you know, good inside-outside combination potentially.
And a couple of players to highlight for them, DeAndre Vortez and Garrison Carter, both of them averaging over 16 points a game coming into this afternoon's contest. For DeAndre Vortez, he made a big jump from his freshman year to his sophomore season. He put up a 31-point outburst to begin the season. And Chris, he's been in double figures in all three games up to this point.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm noticing Carter as well. He's been first or second on the scoring column in all three of their games. He's 6'5", so, you know, a guy that you're going to have to deal with his size as well. Really looking forward to seeing how they come out.
And Carter coming off a season-high 24 points against Concordia in their last game. Those two combined for a nasty 1-2 punch. The head coach of Illinois Tech, Terrence Gray, in his third year, a 29-49 overall record, trying to get the Scarlet Hawks their first win of the season. When we come back, we'll talk about Rose-Hulman in their home opener here at Holbert Arena. You're watching Rose-Hulman basketball on RHIT.TV.
If there is one thing wrong in your aircraft, you're gonna fail. Finding the right answer and trying again, that's really what dragged me to aerospace. This is a 3D printed airplane which I made over my freshman year at Rose-Hulman that can be radio controlled and flown. I saw other people making amazing stuff on 3D printers, and I thought if I combine that art of 3D printing with engineering, I could make something as complex as an airplane. So I got the idea as a sophomore in high school, and I just tried. I did it. I failed a couple times, but it all changed when I came to Rose-Hulman. I got in touch with Dr. Riley, who is an aerospace and ME professor, who really asked me great questions about the concepts of my design. So pursuing such project as a freshman, it's just lets me feel amazing that I have still 3 years to do something much more complex than this, and it will lead me much further.
Welcome back to Holbert Arena here on RHIT.TV. Cruz Martin alongside my partner, Chris Schumer. We've already talked about Illinois Tech. It's time to talk about Rose-Hulman. They're making their debut at home. They're winless as well. They face some tough competition, though, and they're coming off a loss to one of the best teams in all of Division III basketball in Washington U.
Yeah, I'm interested to see. I think they're still trying to find an identity offensively, where the points are going to come from. They know they can count on senior Miles McGowan. He's averaging a double-double. He can rebound, he can score. They've got a freshman in the lineup, Joey Schmitz. He's almost in double figures. Kobe Stoudemire's been making three-pointers at a 40% clip off the bench. Those are some guys that they're going to need to have a good day. But they're also going to need some guys beyond those three who can put the ball in the basket.
By the way, in case you're wondering why we've had a delayed tip, there was a technical issue with the shot clock over on the Illinois Tech side of the court, at least what will be their side in the first half. The shot clock seemed as though it was disconnected by some measure, whether that was mechanical or whether that was wiring or something of the sort, but they've got it fixed. They have the clock running, and so we'll be tipping off here in 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Let's talk about some keys to the game. For Illinois Tech, they have a size advantage. How does Rose-Hulman counteract that?
Well, there's a number of ways you can do that in the game of basketball. One is to get out and run and score before they're set defensively. But they've also, we'll see how they match up defensively, which kind of defenses they use. But I would definitely expect the rebounding to come from 5 different guys that are on the floor for Rose-Hulman. So they're going to need the guards to help.
And both of these teams have also been plagued by turnovers. It seems as though the team that turns the ball over less, or at least makes the least amount of mistakes today, going to be in good shape.
Yeah, and turnovers are never good for any team, but especially if you're having trouble scoring the basketball. If you're not scoring, then maybe you want to slow the game down a little bit. But if you're turning the ball over, then you can't afford to slow the game down. So it'll be interesting to see if which team has cleaned up some of those issues in practice.
We forgot to mention the head coach of Rose-Hulman, Nick Sales, with a 29-27 career record, seeking that 30th win of his career. We're just about 2 minutes away from tip-off here from Holbert Arena here in Terre Haute. As the Rose-Hulman Fighting Engineers seeking their first win, the same can be said for Illinois Tech. The Scarlet Hawks and the Fighting Engineers coming up next on RHIT.TV.
Hello and welcome to Game Day. My name is Keith Myers. I'm the Vice President of IndianaSRN. We're glad that you joined us today. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN. This means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Back to Holbert Arena here in Terre Haute. RHIT.TV as Illinois Tech is set to face off against the Fighting Engineers of Rose-Hulman. We're about a minute away from the national anthem. Chris, basketball season is finally back. Obviously, we've been going through the heart of football season and soccer season as well. First of all, the weather got really cold. It snowed this week, so I'm going to be rather irritable for the next couple of months in terms of weather, but basketball season might counteract that. It's one of the best times of the year.
It's one of the best times of the year because basketball has started, but football is still going, so there's a lot happening in the sports world. Obviously, Indiana is a state that gets very excited about the game of basketball specifically. That's where today's game is. We got a great energy coming from the teams that are on the floor, and I expect a competitive game tonight.
20 seconds to go as Rose-Hulman and Illinois Tech both seeking their first wins of the season. We will take a step aside. We'll be back for the tip-off here at RHIT.TV.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
A good engineer, a good mathematician, a good scientist can identify problems.
But in order to be a great scientist or engineer, you've got to have curiosity and you've got to have creativity, and that's what's going to set you apart.
You can't teach curiosity. You just need to encourage your students to be curious. Curious in anything that they do. Curious so that it brings out the innovations, the new ideas.
575 of them from 40 states and 19 countries, with a record-breaking number of applications. Did you forget about Rose's outstanding class of 2023 and how 99% of the graduates have landed a position in their dream fields, graduate school, or the military?
The renovations to Munch Hall are finally complete, so I'm sure he'll have plenty to eat at the updated Munch Cafe by the new Living Mall.
We just broke ground on a new residence hall that will be ready for fall 2025.
We celebrated a record-breaking homecoming with more than 2,000 alumni, students, and friends commemorating the 100th anniversary of the bonfire with our first ever drone show. We also welcomed 267 employers for our fall career fair. And perhaps the greatest gift of all, the Wall Street Journal named us to one of the top 20 best colleges in America, and U.S. News & World Report named us the #1 undergraduate engineering college. You can be a little old for a lot of things, but you're never too old or too far away for Rose-Hulman. 2023 was a year of adventurous journeys, of coming together, of growth. No matter how far away you roam this holiday season, you will never be truly alone as long as Rose is your home.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Welcome back to RHIT.TV. It's time for Rose-Hulman basketball. Let's meet the starting lineups for the Fighting Engineers. There's your starting lineups for this afternoon's game for Rose-Hulman. Kobe Studemeyer out there, as well as Daniel Savovich and Joey Schmitz, Simon Blair, and Miles McGowan. As we are just about ready to get set, we are on a little bit of a delay after there was some problems with the shot clock. They were able to get it fixed. Both of the teams got their proper warm-up time, and we're ready to get started. By the way, the starting lineups for Indiana Tech, or I should say Illinois Tech, looks like this. Jace Cooley, DeAndre Fortes, also Garrison Carter, Joshua Iguade, and also rounding out that starting lineup for Illinois Tech is number 4, Alan Watatani. It'll be Miles McGowan to tip it off against the big guy down low, Joshua Iguade. The ball is up, and the tip is won by the Scarlet Hawks. Chris, I'm interested to see how quickly both of these teams get off to a hot start. There's a steal, a nice give off, and Savovich all the way in for 2.
Great start for the home team and very systematic offensive set there for the visitors.
Quick start for Rose-Hulman. And a turnover to begin the game for Illinois Tech. They've struggled to take care of the ball so far this year, averaging nearly 18 turnovers a game. They already have one so far today. In the corner, Carter driving all the way to the rack for 2. Nice take by Garrison Carter coming off a 24-point outing. He shot 16 free throws, made 15 of them against Concordia this past week. Whistle away from the ball and an offensive foul. They're going to flag Joey Schmitz, moving screen. It's the first turnover of the day for Rose-Hulman. They averaged about 13 a game, which is about one above the ideal mark, which is about 12 turnovers per game. 2-2 early. Nice drive all the way to the rack for two. DeAndre Vortez, who's having a big season here in his senior year, made a big leap from last year to this year, and he has his first two. Jumper on the way. Schmitz got it. Both teams trade a pair of turnovers. Both teams trading a couple of buckets. And already a competitive start to this one.
Illinois Tech seems to want to have most of their guys on the perimeter.
That three-pointer's good. Garrison Carter knocking down the triple. Averages 18 points a game. Only a sixth of the year in 20 attempts.
And those are the exact guys we talked about before the game, coming out of the gate and putting the ball in the basket for the Scarlet Hawks.
Down low and a travel call. Miles McGowan shuffled his feet once he caught the ball.
He's so close to the basket there, he's got to just turn and put that up. Nobody there to take the inbounds.
And they finally get some relief to get the ball back in. Illinois Tech off to a good start. That shot misfired by Garrison Carter. He's feeling himself a little bit. You gotta like the confidence though. Shoot or shoot.
I'm sure it won't be the last one that gets taken. He was a few feet behind the three-point line, but I'm sure we'll see more of that.
Now pressure put on by Illinois Tech in the backcourt. That's Kobe Studemeyer, the product out of Jeffersonville High School, graduated as a Red Devil, two-time sectional champion. Down low, Miles McGowan, shot blocked, late whistle.
That might have been one of those plays where he doesn't get the whistle if he scores, but he does get the whistle if the ball doesn't go in the basket.
Iguade calling for the foul. As that'll send Miles McGowan to the free throw line, averaging a double-double. Only a sixth free throw attempt of the season. And he leaves that one short.
The Hawks showing a little bit of their plan for the day. There's no doubles coming down for McGowan, so it looks like we're going to see, at least to start, something of an ISO, one-on-one down low.
Nicholas Ortiz checking in for the first time for Illinois Tech. Second shot, and that one's good. Miles McGowan splits a pair. Wadatani. Now Iguade. Iguade in the post. All 6'10" of him. He's got the size mismatch on Miles McGowan, and that three-pointer is good for the sub off the bench. Nicholas Ortiz knocking down the triple. A nice start for Illinois Tech, both in terms of scoring and also taking care of the ball. They had that early turnover as the shot down low is good for Simon Blair. But so far, they've taken really good care of the ball. They've also knocked down a couple of shots.
Yeah, neither team is playing particularly aggressive defensively, so that might help the problem that both teams have had with turning the ball over, although right as I say it, we almost get one.
A nice balancing act by Nicholas Ortiz to keep it in the front court. Wing three on the way. Gooley no good. And McGowan there to snatch the board. Studemeyer downhill. Nice reversal. McGowan chases his own rebound. He can't grab it. And the big body down low. Iguade able to reach in and grab that rebound, and then McGowan fouled him.
This matchup between McGowan and Iguade is going to be fun to watch the whole way. Both ends of the court, rebounding, scoring.
Ebone Jr. checking in at 6'8". He wears number 44 in black. And also in for the first time for Rose-Hulman, Rocco Ritchie. He's guarded the ball right now as Vortez has it.
A little bit of a flex action for the Hawks.
Ball loose. Nice chase down by Gooley. And a nice save into Ortiz.
A little behind the back there.
Shot clock winding down. Ortiz tried to create with two. Fadeaway on the way, and a shot clock violation. He didn't get it off in time. Nice defense from Rose-Hulman as Jack Genegis will check in, and now a timeout called. It's going to be a full timeout. So we'll take a quick step aside here on RHIT.TV. Illinois Tech off to a hot start, but Rose-Hulman trying to stick around. RHIT.TV is brought to you by Reynolds Farm Equipment. Reynolds Farm Equipment is a leading equipment dealer serving farmers, homeowners, landscapers, and commercial contractors in and throughout the state of Indiana. Nothing runs like a deer. Give us a call today at 317-849-0810. Back at Holbert Arena in Terre Haute, 10-7, Illinois Tech on top of Rose-Hulman as we come out of the first media timeout. And so far, a good start for the Scarlet Hawks. Neither of these teams have won a game yet so far this young season. Right now, Illinois Tech looking much more impressive than I think either one of us anticipated.
And coming out in a press defensively.
Studemeyer stepped back, left it short, and right there for the rebound, Ortiz. Up ahead, Vortez, nice drop off, and the finish from Garrison Carter in transition.
A little 2-2-1 press. Not trying to trap.
Savovich from the baseline, and he knocked it in.
Savovich is a guy that I noticed has started both games previously, but he hasn't played a ton of minutes, so I don't know if that's about foul trouble or what that's about.
And he got off to a slow start in terms of shooting this year, just 3 of 15 coming into the game. And it's good to see Savovich knock down that shot. Nice defense. Rocco Ritchie down low, and it's taken away. Studemeyer into the front court. Pull up Jay on the way, and he knocks it in.
That's a very smart play. A lot of times guys who are leading that break maybe go too deep there, but he wisely pulls up from about 10 feet. Great shot.
Quick 4-0 burst from Rose-Hulman, and they cut the deficit down to 1 as we hit the 14-minute mark. Vortez with 7. Nice defense by Savovich, and the nice shot from DeAndre Vortez, coming off a 22-point game against Concordia on Tuesday.
Create a little space there with an elbow.
Simon Blair banging his way down low, and a great dish off, wide open. Jack Genegis able to lay that one in off the glass.
When you're coming off the bench, that's the best way to start, is with a layup.
Up top, ball dies on the rim as DeAndre Vortez tried to knock it in, and this is bad news for Illinois Tech. Jace Gooley down on the other end. Rose-Hulman playing 4-on-5. They get a shot, and it rolls in and out. Offensive rebound was batted away, and now Vortez picks it up. Gooley still limping down low, and now the officials will finally stop play in order to get Jace Gooley the care that he needs, because he was going to be in trouble with the ball coming back the other way.
In the game for Rose-Hulman,
So Gooley being helped off the court, favoring that left leg.
Little box set from the half court here.
Quick inbounds up top. Three-pointer Carter, no. And a rebound down low for Savovich. On the run, nobody stopped him. And a good recovery by Illinois Tech defensively. Down low. Fade away on the way, left it short. That shot by Cole Pride, his first shot of the day. And a turnover. Studemeyer, he'll pull up instead and left that one short. The rebound comes down to Watatani. Miles Townsend, by the way, into the game for the first time this afternoon for Illinois Tech. Also Owen Walsh, the Louisville, Kentucky native. Carter lost it. He's able to chase it down. Still plenty of time, although it's dwindling now. Now 6. Townsend going to have to create. Down low, eye off the glass. No, the putback wasn't there. The ball never touched the iron. Shot clock violation on Illinois Tech.
It's the second time Rose-Hulman has forced a shot clock violation. It's always a good sign defensively.
Benny Smith in for the first time as well, the Indianapolis Ritter graduate.
Looks like we've got a little bit of a 2-3 zone here for Illinois Tech.
Different look defensively. And speaking of defense, Joshua Iguade there to swat that one away. He runs the length of the court but couldn't control the pass. Out of bounds, Rose-Hulman takes over. As we hit the media timeout, the under 12, Illinois Tech holding on to a 1-point lead over Rose-Hulman as we'll head to break here at RHIT.TV.
So my goal is to get involved in space industry and learn about what lies beyond the Earth's horizon. I came across Rose Rocketry. I saw, hey, they're doing some really cool stuff. They're building rockets. I really grew a lot being as part of the team. Last year, through Rose Rocketry, I was able to attend SED's Space Vision 2022, which was a student conference for people who want to get involved in space. And I was able to go to Washington, D.C. and talk to so many people within the space industry who come together and say, this is what the next goals for space are. Being at Rose, I was able to hone my engineering skills to push myself to get involved in the field further and learn about all these different opportunities. And I don't think I would have really gotten that at a bigger university.
RHIT.TV is brought to you by Morales Group Staffing. We're in business to create a better future for you, for your family, and for the community we share. We can match you with the right career or hire the right candidate for your company. Call us today at 317-472-7600. Under 12 to go here from Holbert Arena. And Illinois Tech off to a good start. Rose-Hulman hanging in there, though. It's a 1-point game as the Fighting Engineers will have the ball as we return to action.
As you talked about turnovers before the game and how both teams have struggled with it. So far, Rose-Hulman is winning that battle. Illinois Tech has turned the ball over 6 times to just 2 for the Fighting Engineers.
3 on the way, off the front rim, though. That attempt by Joey Schmitz, who's back into the game. Ball batted out of bounds. It stays with the Fighting Engineers. Schmitz, the Bargersville, Indiana native, will inbound. Now Ritchie up top. McGowan fakes a shot. Backing his way in. And a nice scoop up with the right hand off the glass.
He's a crafty player. Some old school in him.
First lead of the day for Rose-Hulman. Illinois Tech trying to counter offensively. Watatani on the perimeter. Townsend lost it, and it was last touched. And it looked like it was last touched by Benny Smith for Rose-Hulman. There's a trio of substitutions back into the game, including DeAndre Vortes and Garrison Carter. And also checking back in, Nicholas Ortiz, who came off the bench this game and has already done a couple of really good things for this Scarlet Hawks team. Scored a couple of buckets, as well as prevented a couple of possible turnovers. Almost one right there. Watatani picks it up, and he was fouled. Rocco Ritchie flagged for that one.
It was a good call. Probably should have gotten one a few seconds before that in the corner.
Watatani found a lane. Nice defense by Joey Schmitz. It was last off the leg of Watatani out of bounds, and Rose-Hulman has the basketball.
Still some light full court pressure. Not really trying to turn them over or set any traps, but a lot of times that can be productive for other reasons. Tiring a guy out, that kind of thing.
That was turnover number 7 for Illinois Tech, only 2 for Rose-Hulman. Jumper on the way. Ritchie couldn't put it in. And Iguade there to pull in the rebound. And despite that turnover margin, at least it's early in the game. Still only a 1-point game as we hit the halfway mark here in the first half. 8th turnover. Schmitz intercepted that one. Schmitz downhill, finds a lane, and airballed the layup. Couldn't adjust midair. Ortiz to the corner for 3. Carter couldn't put it in. And a foul and a push in the back on Alan Watatani.
The Illinois Tech carelessness with the ball is keeping Rose-Hulman in this game early.
RHIT.TV is brought to you by Boilermaker Local 374. Boilermaker Local 374 represents highly skilled, highly motivated workers in field construction and metal fabrication throughout the state of Indiana. When you need a safe, dependable workforce for a new build, an upgrade, or facility maintenance, you can count on Boilermaker's Union Local 374 to do your job right the first time.
Back in the 2-3 zone for the visitors. Always nice to have 6'10" in the middle of that.
Nice duck in down low, McGowan, and it was blocked. And Iguade didn't even have to leave his feet for that one, using his wingspan in order to deflect that one out of play.
Yeah, he was really beat there, and it was a crafty move by McGowan. Obviously, they keep the ball.
Back to Studemeyer. McGowan down low again. Spinning, and scoring. Largest lead of the day for Rose-Hulman at 3. Carter got the bucket to go, but this one going to be on the floor.
Here's McGowan, just pivoting. Finally throws up the right hook off the backboard.
Really good patience as well, too, especially after he got a shot swatted on the attempt before. Vortez gets out of trouble. Now the drive down low. Shot blocked, but a foul. Nicholas Ortiz on the drive.
Definitely got bumped.
Cole Pride picks up the personal. Now Simon Blair off the bench to check in for the Fighting Engineers.
One of those plays where you're trailing defensively and then jump stops and you just bulldoze them.
Ortiz, the sophomore out of Alameda, California. Only his 3rd free throw attempt of the year, and he got the bounce there.
I was a little bit surprised at how national both of these rosters really are. We got guys from all over the country.
We've got a couple of players from Maryland, Pennsylvania.
Washington somewhere, right?
Second free throw is good.
Australia.
Puerto Rico as well. Dario Biaggi, I should say. Plenty of players from all over, not just the United States, but also internationally as well. Studemeyer leaves his feet to pass. Is able to get it out of trouble. Wide open in front of the rim. And that was an easy one for Joey Schmitz.
Yeah, I wondered if the tech nature of both of these schools maybe helps with recruiting in that respect. If you're an engineer or, a future computer scientist, you're just looking for a place to study that craft and play a little hoops.
Since their last media timeout, Rose-Hulman on a 6-2 run. Down low, Iguade has to get rid of it. 5 on the shot clock. Watatani to Carter, and he lost it. Up ahead, wide open, Schmitz in the front court. uncontested. Make that an 8-2 run. By the way, for Illinois Tech, Jace Cooley back out on the bench, sporting a pair of crutches with his shoe off of his left foot. Nice drive to the rack. And 2 right there for Garrison Carter.
He's tough to guard. Can do so many things. He's leading all scorers right now with 7.
McGowan down low. We're seeing the pivoting moves again. The tap not there. And a nice defensive stand by Illinois Tech. Iguade right there to captain it. Vortez back the other way for 2. Euro stepping his way in. Nice bounce to finish that one off.
He's getting pressure from both sides. Nice job to finish that.
Next dead ball takes us to the under 8. Studemeyer looking for that duck in again. This has been the matchup that's been going back and forth all night. That shot off the bottom of the rim by McGowan. He gets his own rebound. 3 on the way. That one no good. Schmitz couldn't put it in, out of bounds, and Illinois Tech will have it when we come back. Under 8 timeout. Rose-Hulman hanging on to a lead as Illinois Tech hanging close behind. We'll be right back after this here on RHIT.TV.
So I started working on Babcock Ranch 16 years ago. We designed a sustainable community that is also storm resilient, and also it has a ton of flood control associated with it. It has 75 megawatt solar facilities on site, which will cover the entire 18,000 acre community. In September of 2022, we had Hurricane Ian. We had 150 miles an hour sustained winds for about 10 hours and 21 inches of rain. Babcock really had little to no damage at all. We were the only place in a 2-county area that had any electric or any available drinking water that did not need to be boiled. And Rose really prepares you to go out, think outside the box, and problem solve. And I think for any major at Rose-Hulman, that's what you're getting. You have the ability to go out and create something new and innovate and change the way that we live as humans today.
RHIT.TV is brought to you by Passionate Care, delivering care with more than 24 years of experience. As a prestige healthcare company, Passionate Care is driven by decades of expertise and a drive to go above and beyond. Call us today at 317-537-1811. Back at Holbert Arena, the under 8 timeout. 21-20, Rose-Hulman on top of Illinois Tech. Both of these teams going back and forth through the first roughly 13 minutes of this game. Iguade down the lane and couldn't finish the layup.
So far, Iguade looks much more comfortable on the offensive end than he does on the defense.
Rose-Hulman had a terrific last segment. They'll try to get off to a good start here. That shot no good, but an offensive rebound picked up by Savovic. Now Schmitz underneath the basket. 10 on the shot clock. Savovic for 3, short. And Carter there to clear the rebound for the Scarlet Hawks.
Still looking for that guy who can make you pay from the three-point line for Rose-Hulman. Garrison Carter leading the game with 9 points for either team.
Looking for 11, and that one over the backboard. He was trying to draw a foul, but no whistle came. And once he got caught in the air, there was only so much he could do with it.
Offensively, they clear out so much space in the middle of the floor so that Carter and others have that driving lane.
Only 3 players have scored for Indiana Tech. 6 players have scored, or Illinois Tech, I should say. As for Rose-Hulman, they've had 6 players score already. Down low. Now corner 3 on the way. That one off the rim. No offensive rebound by Blair. And Rose-Hulman gets a reset on the shot clock. Studemeyer. Back up top, now a lane for Genegis. Now Studemeyer a jumper, left it short. Carter was looking inside for Iguade, but he couldn't find him. Now Carter trying to create. Got stripped. Had too much arm right there for Kobe Studemeyer to foul.
Starting to draw attention from second defenders, which is probably not surprising.
Ebone Jr. back into the game. And also Alan Watatani. Neither team getting a lot of separation. Largest lead for Rose-Hulman is 3. Another turnover.
It's never a good look when you're jumping in the air, not quite sure what to do with the ball.
Foul called. And they're going to hit Ebone Jr. with the foul, and that will send Rocco Ritchie to the free throw line.
Rocco Ritchie to the line. Shooting 2.
Ritchie's first appearance at the line this afternoon. Has yet to get into the scoring column, but he does right there.
The turnover margin at this point is 10-2.
Miles McGowan back into the game. And it's surprising whenever you have a turnover margin that is that night and day. You would think that Rose-Hulman would be able to pull away, but the defense from Illinois Tech has largely held the Fighting Engineers at bay.
Yeah, Rose-Hulman has only been able to produce 8 points off of those turnovers.
A couple of block shots down low from Joshua Iguade has definitely aided the Scarlet Hawks this afternoon. Nice trap on the baseline and a timeout called by Illinois Tech. Great suffocating defense by the Fighting Engineers. As we're under 4, we're going to see if they call this immediate timeout. And it will be. It'll be a full timeout, so we'll take a quick step aside here on RHIT.TV. The Fighting Engineers up 3 over Illinois Tech.
An active athlete looking for enhanced performance, comfort, and recovery? Then Skins is the perfect choice for you. Our revolutionary sports compression product provides better oxygen flow in your muscles, helps reduce fatigue and pain from intense physical activity, allowing athletes to push their boundaries and perform better.
Skins helps keep everything, including you, on track.
So don't wait any longer. Get your Skins now and experience unbeatable performance.
Take your game to the next level with Skins.
They say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you could be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
You sure you want to make that move?
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and something bigger.
It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
RHIT.TV is brought to you by Make a Difference. Help us put more student athletes on TV by logging on to IndianaSRN.org and directing your donation to a specific school or hit the donate button. More games, more opportunities for our kids. Indiana SRN, where you always have a front row seat. It's 23-20. Rose-Hulman on top of Illinois Tech as we return to Holbert Arena after the under 4 media timeout. As Illinois Tech was forced to call a timeout. That timeout became the media timeout as Watatani, who just had the ball, was pinned up against the sideline and had to make the call in order to preserve the possession and not turn it over for an 11th time. But that will be the 11th turnover as the shot clock was winding down. And Rose-Hulman forces the shot clock violation.
And the third one of the game.
Not a lot of scoring in that last segment. Only 2-0 in favor of Rose-Hulman.
If you're going to be a team who you're not sure where the points are going to come from, a really good trait to have would be an excellent defensive team, and they're showing that so far.
Down low, McGowan. There was contact away from the ball. Offensive foul. Blair trying to plead his case, but he's not going to be able to overturn that call. And Illinois Tech gets a much-needed stop. They have an opportunity to potentially tie this game up. Iguade and Carter back into the game, as Junior will take a seat, as well as Peter Mayer, who just checked in for the first time this afternoon. And also some bad news, Alan Wanatani, who has played a significant amount of minutes here in this first half, goes to the bench, and he's rubbing his right knee, it looks like. That's the second player to go down with an injury today for Illinois Tech. Angle three, got it. Nicholas Ortiz knocks down the triple, and this game's all knotted up with 3 minutes to go in the first half.
That's a statistical category that goes in the other direction. Illinois Tech's getting some three-pointers to fall. Rose-Hulman has yet to make a three-pointer.
Savovich got fouled, so he'll go to the free throw line. Ortiz 2 for 2 from beyond the arc. That was the second three of the afternoon. And the first shot gets the bounce for Daniel Savovich, the 6'1 sophomore from Everett, Washington. That was his first free throw of the season, by the way.
I think he's getting a little scolding about his shirt being untucked.
Second shot in and out. So Rose-Hulman retakes the lead only by one. And now Illinois Tech, who has struggled to handle the basketball, has themselves in a position to potentially take the lead on this possession. Down low, Iguade under the basket and stepped on the baseline. It's a really difficult position to be in, especially when you're 6'10", pinned up against that baseline. And so Rose-Hulman will get it back. Down low, Savovich all the way to the rack for two. Back to a three-point lead for Rose-Hulman. It ties their largest of the afternoon. Ortiz has to pull it back up top. Fortes, now Carter. To the corner, and another step on the baseline. This time it was Owen Walsh.
Little replay for Savovich, baseline drive. Little pressure from Iguade, but too late.
Miles Townsend will check back in as Walsh will take a seat. That was turnover number 12 of the first half, make it number 13 of the first half for Illinois Tech. Their season high 23, but there's a turnover for Rose-Hulman all the way to the bucket, and no good. DeAndre Fortes got the steal and picked up the foul.
That was maybe the most aggressive defensive play I've seen of the game. DeAndre Fortes did not want Savovich to get the ball again there. Is able to force the steal, and then, of course, on the other end, almost able to get a three-point play opportunity. The ball doesn't end up in the basket, but two shots here.
Only the fourth turnover of the afternoon for Rose-Hulman. Fortes' first shot's good. Now 7 points on the afternoon, his first trip to the line. Off to a good start in terms of shooting. His 4 attempts, 3 makes. He cuts the lead down to 2 for Rose-Hulman. Got the second. 1 point game with 1:47 to go here in the opening half. And now you're starting to hear the Illinois Tech bench get back into it. Savovich. Now Ritchie has to reverse it. Studemeyer. 10 on the 30. Ball deflected away. Vortez diving after it. 6 seconds to create for the Engineers. Down the lane, and a blocking foul is called. Savovich gliding his way down low, took the contact, and the foul called on Illinois Tech.
Here's the replay. Savovich into the lane. On first glance, I thought maybe he got away with one there, but second glance, I think the defender got there a little bit late. That might have been a good call.
You can see that call going either direction.
They're pretty deep as well, so they might have been in that circle. I didn't quite notice on the replay.
Ortiz will take a seat. He's trying to gather himself a little bit. He was in on that contact. First shot's good for Daniel Savovich.
He seems to be gathering some confidence here.
8th point of the day. Looking for 9, and he got it. And now a 3-point lead for Rose-Hulman. Again, tying their largest. They haven't pulled into a 2-possession lead all afternoon. No, they've only led for the second part of this first half. It was Illinois Tech who had the advantage for the majority of the first half of this first half. And that was a big reason why right there. Carter gives it off. Townsend down low off the glass, and a late call, and they're going to say it's going to go the other direction. I think they're going to score the basket, though. And they will. They'll count the basket. The foul was down low, and I believe it was Iguade who was called for that one.
Oh, here's the replay, yep.
And they just kind of fell over each other. Iguade and Miles McGowan, who have been going at it all afternoon long. So Illinois Tech cuts the deficit down to 1. As we're under a minute to go.
Back to the 2-3.
They're extending that 2-3 out quite a bit as well. Studemeyer down low. McGowan, nice spin to the bucket for 2. Terrence Gray wanting to slow things down. They want to drain this clock as much as they can. About a 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock.
The Engineers have really done a nice job of slowing Garrison Carter down in the latter part of this second half. He hasn't had very many good looks.
Down to 6.
You see Savovich creeping over immediately once he starts dribbling.
Carter lost it, and a shot clock violation.
Number 4.
And we're going to have a timeout called, and I believe Rose-Hulman is going to call this one. RHIT.TV is brought to you by Piper Logistics. For more than 2 decades, the seasoned professionals at Piper Logistics have consistently been the trusted allies for all your inventory management, warehouse fulfillment, and transportation needs. We stand as your comprehensive logistics partner. Ride with us. Call us today at 317-396-1023. RHIT.TV is also brought to you by Dynamark. Looking to elevate your brand? Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel and mailing services, serving Indianapolis for over 50 years. Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service. Call today, 317-328-2555. 2.2 seconds to go the length of the court for Rose-Hulman. They'll get it in. Schmitz from midcourt. He got it off and off the top of the backboard. And that's how the first half from Terre Haute will come to an end. 30-27, Rose-Hulman outpacing Illinois Tech through the first 20 minutes. Chris, what did you see?
Well, a very welcome scoring from Daniel Savovich in the latter part of that first half for the home team. They need someone that they can count on. Obviously, Miles McGowan's been a good option down low. But most importantly, the story has really been Rose-Hulman's defense. Early in the game, Illinois Tech jumped out to a little bit of a lead, but they've had trouble scoring since, and they've been turning the ball over way too much.
30-27, the halftime score. Rose-Hulman on top of Illinois Tech. We'll take a step aside and return with the second half after this here on RHIT.TV.
Brian Chrisman joins me today. And Brian, talk a little bit about the winter and Wheeler Mission and how important it is for people to help Wheeler Mission, because winter means homeless and homeless means people in the cold. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, we really serve a lot of people year-round, no matter what the weather is, right? And so we serve anywhere from 700 to 900 people who are experiencing homelessness every single night. But when winter hits, that can become life or death. So if you're stuck out in the cold, happens every year, IMPD will find people out in the cold and encourage them to come in. But if they don't catch them in time, I mean, again, life and death. And so it's vital that our doors are open. And so we do that. Our staff shows up every day to make sure our doors are open. We serve 1,000 meals a day plus every single day. That's a nice, warm, nutritious meal. Donors provide that. Donors provide our food, coffee, something hot to drink. You know, donors provide that. So there's a lot of opportunities to get involved at Wheeler to make sure we can get through winter, or to work at Wheeler. We need staff, and so we're always looking for staff to get us through the winter time. We spread ourselves thin during winter, making sure that anybody can find space, and so we have bed capacities. For sure, but we go beyond that every winter to make sure that the city has an option for people who are experiencing homelessness in the dead of winter.
Schools out there that are watching this program with our reach, maybe they want to do a sock drive, or they want to do a sweatshirt drive. They can contact our office at IndianaSRN, or they can contact you. Where's a contact, or who would be a contact that maybe we want to do a sock drive? I think that would be a great idea for SRN to start one of those sock drives. How would that? What does that look like?
Yeah, so if you go to wheelermission.org, we have our needs lists that are right there on our website. Those change sometimes in the winter, but there are some needs that are pretty much continual when it comes to hygiene items, when it comes to warm items to get us through the winter. So when you're talking about coats, especially bigger sizes for people that come through, we want to make sure a lot of people that come to our mission, they come with the clothes on their back, right? And so we need to make sure they have something to wear during their stay with us, and which could be for a few weeks, could be for a couple months. And so go to our website, wheelermission.org. You can donate directly there, whether it's a financial donation, or you can look at our needs list. You can even find drop-off locations. You can drop it off at some of the barns that we have around the city, or come right down to Wheeler Mission, drop it off right there. But we need this community's support. So greatest thing about Indianapolis is it is a generous community.
Yes.
It is a community that steps up when there's a need. And there's 1,700 homeless individuals in our community. That number has risen 5% just over the last year. Wheeler Mission is the main place for those individuals to go, has been since 1893, over 130 years. And so support that ministry so that those doors can be open, making sure that every man, woman, and child that needs to come inside can come inside and not only get warm, but get nutritious meals, food, shelter, and care. And so beyond that, we take them through a whole journey of program to make sure that they come out our back door different people. But the first things first, right? Get them fed and get them warm and get them safe.
Since it's basketball season and we cover over 300 games a year on IndianaSRN, we challenge our basketball teams and our basketball programs to get involved. There are meals that need to be served. Tell our teams out there how they can help and serve meals.
Yeah, no better way to really open your eyes to the community's needs than to stand in front of people who are desperately in need and hand them a meal, hand them what they're asking for that day. So great group opportunity is to volunteer at Wheeler Mission. You can go to wheelervolunteer.org. You can sign up a group. It can take an hour and a half to come down and serve a lunch. You can get 12, 15 people involved in that, a dinner, come down either at our men's shelter or our women's shelter. It's a really cool experience for teams, not only to help in a way that you're making a difference, but to see the people that you're helping, right? To hand a meal to someone and smile and say hi to someone literally in their darkest moment, right? So
best assist they can ever make.
Oh yeah,
is to serve a meal.
That's a good point. It's a slam dunk.
It's a slam dunk, exactly. For Indiana SRN, this is Keith Myers. Brian Chrisman joins me today. And Brian, talk a little bit about the winter and Wheeler Mission and how important it is for people to help Wheeler Mission, because winter means homeless and homeless means people in the cold. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, we really serve a lot of people year round, no matter what the weather is, right? And so we serve anywhere from 700 to 900 people who are experiencing homelessness every single night. But when winter hits, that can become life or death. So if you're stuck out in the cold, happens every year. IMPD will find people out in the cold and encourage them to come in. But if they don't catch them in time, I mean, again, life and death. And so it's vital that our doors are open. And so we do that. Our staff shows up every day to make sure our doors are open. We serve 1,000 meals a day plus every single day. That's a nice, warm, nutritious meal. Donors provide that. Donors provide our food, coffee, something hot to drink. Donors provide that. So there's a lot of opportunities to get involved at Wheeler to make sure we can get through winter, or to work at Wheeler. We need staff, and so we're always looking for staff to get us through the winter time. We spread ourselves thin during winter, making sure that anybody can find space, and so we have bed capacities. For sure, but we go beyond that every winter to make sure that the city has an option for people who are experiencing homelessness in the dead of winter.
Schools out there that are watching this program with our reach, maybe they want to do a sock drive, or they want to do a sweatshirt drive. They can contact our office at IndianaSRN, or they can contact you. Where's a contact, or who would be a contact that maybe we want to do a sock drive? I think that would be a great idea for SRN to start one of those sock drives. How would that? What does that look like?
Yeah, so if you go to wheelermission.org, we have our needs lists that are right there on our website. Those change sometimes in the winter, but there are some needs that are pretty much continual when it comes to hygiene items, when it comes to warm items to get us through the winter. So when you're talking about coats, especially bigger sizes for people that come through, we want to make sure a lot of people that come to our mission, they come with the clothes on their back, right? And so we need to make sure they have something to wear during their stay with us, and which could be for a few weeks, could be for a couple months. And so go to our website, wheelermission.org. You can donate directly there, whether it's a financial donation, or you can look at our needs list. You can even find drop-off locations. You could drop it off at some of the barns that we have around the city, or come right down to Wheeler Mission, drop it off right there. But we need this community's support. So greatest thing about Indianapolis is it is a generous community.
Yes.
It is a community that steps up when there's a need. And there's 1,700 homeless individuals in our community. That number has risen 5% just over the last year. Wheeler Mission is the main place for those individuals to go, has been since 1893, over 130 years. And so support that ministry so that those doors can be open, making sure that every man, woman, and child that needs to come inside can come inside and not only get warm, but get nutritious meals, food, shelter, and care. And so beyond that, we take them through a whole journey of program to make sure that they come out our back door different. Get them fed and get them warm and get them safe.
Since it's basketball season and we cover over 300 games a year on IndianaSRN, we challenge our basketball teams and our basketball programs to get involved. There are meals that need to be served. Tell our teams out there how they can help and serve meals.
Yeah, no better way to really open your eyes to the community's needs than to stand in front of people who are desperately in need and hand them a meal, hand them what they're asking for that day. So great group opportunity is to volunteer at Wheeler Mission. You can go to wheelervolunteer.org. You can sign up a group. It can take an hour and a half to come down and serve a lunch. You can get 12, 15 people involved in that, a dinner, come down either at our men's shelter or our women's shelter. It's a really cool experience for teams, not only to help in a way that you're making a difference, but to see the people that you're helping, right? To hand a meal to someone and smile and say hi to someone literally in their darkest moment, right? So
best assist they can ever make.
Oh yeah,
is to serve a meal.
That's a good point. It's a slam dunk.
It's a slam dunk, exactly. For Indiana SRN, this is Keith Myers.
Welcome back to Hulbert Arena. I'm Cruz Martin. Alongside me, my partner Chris Schumerth. Halftime score 30-27. Rose-Hulman on top of Illinois Tech, and it was a very strange first half. You would think that with 14 turnovers, Illinois Tech would be out of this game, but they shot 56% from the field. They're right there.
It's been a contrast of styles. One team is playing great defense. The other team has a lot of scoring options, but haven't been able to take care of the ball. The home team hasn't been able to make any three-pointers. They were able to get some scoring from Daniel Savovich. Can Garrison Carter find his scoring touch again for the visitors? Lots of interesting stuff happening out there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. 6 offensive rebounds for Rose-Hulman, by the way, and a team that outsizes them in Illinois Tech, giving up those 6 offensive rebounds. They weren't able to grab a single one in the first half. Rose-Hulman making all the hustle plays that they need, although they haven't capitalized on them.
Yeah, we talked about the height advantage that Illinois Tech has in this game. Hasn't been a huge impact, at least in the rebounding game, 13 on each side. And a lot of that is hustle. A lot of that is working together on the defensive end. Impressed with Rose-Hulman's effort in that respect.
Rose-Hulman took the lead with 11:21 to go in the first half and has not since relinquished it. Both teams have led by as much as 5. And, it was really a tale of 2 halves in that first half. First, it was Illinois Tech getting off to a hot start offensively. They did turn the ball over a couple of times. Rose-Hulman went on a little bit of a run to take that lead. They never relinquished it. What do both of these teams need to do in order to be successful here in the second half in what could be a close game?
Well, I think you're right in that it felt, we don't have quarters in college basketball, but it felt like a game or a half of 2 quarters. The first quarter was won by Illinois Tech. And so can they get back to what they were doing early, which was scoring and taking care of the basketball? And Rose-Hulman really dominated that, metaphorical second quarter. And can they keep that going into the second half by playing great defense, by playing efficient offense with some balance? And we'll see which team is able to do what they did well in the part of the first half that went well.
Couple of leading scorers we also ought to mention for Rose-Hulman leading the way. Daniel Savovich having a good day with 9 points leading the way for the Fighting Engineers, who, by the way, have had 6 players score. As for Illinois Tech, 10 players have played, but only 4 have scored, and only 3 of them have scored more than 2 points on the afternoon. Something to think about as we go forward. The halftime score, Rose-Hulman 30, Illinois Tech 27. We'll have the final 20 minutes for you here on RHIT.TV.
So my goal is to get involved in space industry and learn about what lies beyond the Earth's horizon. I came across Rose Rocketry. I saw, hey, they're doing some really cool stuff. They're building rockets. I really grew a lot being as part of the team. Last year, through Rose Rocketry, I was able to attend SED's Space Vision 2022, which was a student conference for people who want to get involved in space. And I was able to go to Washington, D.C. and talk to so many people within the space industry who come together and say, this is what the next goals for space are. Being at Rose, I was able to hone my engineering skills to push myself to get involved in the field further and learn about all these different opportunities. And I don't think I would have really gotten that at a bigger university.
RHIT.TV is brought to you by Officially Human. Our mission is to restore respect to game officials and recognize them as authorities on the fields and courts. Do your part, practice good sportsmanship. If we don't have officials, we can't play. Just about to get started here, the second half from Hulbert Arena as Rose-Hulman leads Illinois Tech 30-27. Cruz Martin alongside my partner, Chris Schumerth. And Chris, we just talked about it at halftime, what both of these teams would need to do coming out of the locker rooms. The big thing to look at, turnovers for Illinois Tech, because they've shot the ball very well here this afternoon. The only problem is that they keep hurting themselves by coughing up the ball.
Yeah, and Rose-Hulman isn't playing, they're not trapping. They're not doing anything that's particularly aggressive. But what they are doing is kind of sinking into that middle that Illinois Tech would love to have open for their drivers. but Rose-Hulman is doing a really nice job of covering that space.
Horn sounds. We're about ready to get going here for the second half. Both of these teams looking for their first win of this young season. Rose-Hulman comes into this afternoon's contest 0-2. Illinois Tech at 0-3. One of these teams will leave Holbert Arena with their first win of the season. Fighting Engineers will have the ball coming out of the locker room. And Kobe Studemeyer will get us going here in the second half of play.
Interested to see if they can get anything from Studemeyer in the second half as well. He hasn't been much a part of the scoring, but he is a guy who can make that three-pointer that they've been lacking so far.
Only 2 points on the day for Studemeyer. Does have 2 steals to his name. Rose-Hulman's set coming out of the locker room was deflected out of bounds. McGowan down low, jump hook on the way, left it short. The 7th offensive rebound of the day for Rose-Hulman. And that one sent back by Joshua Iguade. And a foul is going to be called. And it's going to go on, I believe, Rose-Hulman.
I was impressed in the first half with McGowan. Doesn't seem to be all that scared down low by Iguade's size, although I will say that Iguade on that possession was less phased by all the pump faking and the pivoting that McGowan relies upon.
Carter had 9 first half points, and Illinois Tech had 14 first half turnovers, and there's the first of the second half for the Scarlet Hawks.
Still applying a little bit of full court pressure against Rose-Hulman.
Studemeyer takes it across half court. Again, has been quiet offensively, but has recorded 2 steals like we mentioned just a couple of moments ago. Wraparound pass down low, McGowan. Once again with Iguade with the left hand off the glass. 5-point lead for Rose-Hulman.
Iguade still not getting any help down there, so that continues to be the strategy is one-on-one.
Iguade the handoff. Carter, nice help defense for Rose-Hulman, forces the tie up. It was Joey Schmitz who put his nose in there to tie that one up. It will stay with the Scarlet Hawks. But that's been indicative of what Rose-Hulman has done all night long. The offensive rebounds and, of course, obviously getting in there to force the jump ball as well, making dirty plays.
Yeah, once that drive happens, there tends to be 1 or 2 guys helping and using their hands, making it very difficult.
DeAndre Vortez with 8 points in that first half. 3-pointer Carter on the way, left it a little bit short. And McGowan there to clean it up. Studemeyer. Now Savovich, who had a good first half, that's going to be an offensive foul. Easy call for the officials. Daniel Savovich extending that left arm. And I'd say probably 11 times out of 10 that's going the other direction.
He's got questions for the official, but everyone else in the gym saw it.
Ortiz on the handle. He keeps his dribble alive. The lob upstairs, and a layup is left short by Iguade. He got it back and finished it off.
It's a nifty little set, and I don't think we've seen that so far with the lob.
Nice job by Iguade to clean up his own miss. He gets the lead back down to 3. As Rose-Hulman will try to extend it.
Rose-Hulman jumping into some flex action here.
Savovich passed out of a shot. Studemeyer corner pocket. Couldn't put it in. And the ball tapped out by McGowan, but right into the hands of Carter. Up ahead. Down low. Shot rejected off the glass. Nice recovery by Simon Blair. Alan Watatani had his shot rejected. Savovich. No. Foul down low.
Savovich didn't quite have his feet set there on that three-pointer.
Take another look at that block right there. Right off the glass. Great recovery. Simon Blair at 6'5", senior out of Wagner, Oklahoma, coming from behind to make that play. Studemeyer pull up. No. Offensive rebound. He got his own. Three-pointer on the way. Schmitz, no. McGowan battling for another offensive rebound. McGowan back to Studemeyer. He'll try it again. And he can't get it that time. Another offensive rebound. It fell right into the hands of Joey Schmitz.
Studemeyer's got 3 good looks coming out this second half. Hasn't been able to hit one, but obviously the offensive rebounding helps.
5-point lead again, ties the largest of the afternoon for either team. Down low, nice find. Nicholas Ortiz able to put that one in. Both these teams going back and forth. This is similar to what we saw in the first half. There's the seal down low. McGowan going into the spin cycle again. He had it swatted right back towards him, but a foul.
Got a lot of ball there, did Aguade, but I think his body was probably the problem there.
And there's no doubt his hand hit nothing but the ball, but again, we'll take a look at it right here. That's exactly what it would have been. And so that will send Miles McGowan back to the free throw line. And he left that one short. He's missed a couple so far today.
McGowan has a little bit of an instinct to dribble when he gets the ball really deep, and not that that's wrong all the time by any means, but sometimes I'd like to see him make that first move while keeping his dribble in case he needs it.
He gets the second. He's now 2 of 4 in the afternoon. And Rose-Hulman back up 4. Next dead ball will take us to the under 16 media timeout.
There's
Fortes.
that same look.
Back out to the wing, Ortiz. Now Carter, downhill, kicks it. Triple on the way, Walsh can't get the bounce. And the rebound comes down to the hands of Rocco Ritchie. He'll get it back, nice pump fake, 1 dribble pull up. And he left it short, foul underneath. Now Nicholas Ortiz trying to argue his case, saying that he was blocking him out. I think that was Simon Blair who went down to the floor.
Isn't always the case that you want to go as deep as you can, but I thought Ritchie had maybe a layup there. Here's a look at it right here. Yeah, I think he could have gone deeper there.
It was actually Miles McGowan who went down to the floor. 15:38 to go here in the second. We'll take a quick timeout. Rose-Hulman up 4 on RHIT.TV.
At first, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all the reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
Back at RHIT.TV, 15:38 to go here in the second half from Terre Haute. And Rose-Hulman holding on to a 35-31 lead over top of the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. Both of these teams, again, back and forth to begin this second half, Chris, and neither team getting a lot of leverage on each other as well. They just seem to keep going blow for blow with each other.
Yeah, so far we've seen a lot of the same. The home team still struggling to make that first three-pointer, but they haven't needed it yet, and they're doing a great job defensively to make up for the lack of outside shots on the offensive end.
So we return to action. 15:38 to go here in the second. And Rose-Hulman will have the ball out of bounds after a foul going into the timeout. They left Savovich alone. And he knocks down the triple. First three-pointer of the afternoon for Rose-Hulman. Not a bad time to have your largest lead of the game as well come off of that shot. Illinois Tech has gone stride for stride with Rose-Hulman up to this point. Now facing their largest deficit of the afternoon. Carter left it short. And the rebound comes down to the Fighting Engineers, Studemeyer.
Simon Blair is doing a great job on Garrison Carter.
McGowan, now he has the size advantage. He'll take advantage of it and lays it up off the glass. Going against the smaller Peter Mayer, who checked in the post. And now a 9-point lead for Rose-Hulman coming out of the timeout. And Terrence Gray knows he needs size in there. He's going to put Ebone Jr. in there. A foul, and it's offensive. Another turnover for Illinois Tech. He knows he's got to get size in there. He's going to put in 6'8" Ebone Jr. More than likely take out Peter Mayer, so that way that they have enough size to go up against Miles McGowan.
Terrence Gray didn't like that call. I didn't quite get it.
Approaching 14.5, Rose-Hulman holding on to their largest lead of the afternoon. Studemeyer. Release out to Savovich into the post. McGowan now against Junior. Takes advantage of the mismatch. It was not in his favor, by the way, and he scores it anyway.
I think that's some of what they talked about at halftime is we got to get McGowan lots of looks. There has been an emphasis so far here.
7-0 run for Rose-Hulman since the timeout. Ball tapped up off the miss. Studemeyer saves it. And a nice find to Simon Blair. Studemeyer all the way inside for 2.
It's another welcome happening in this ball game.
Illinois Tech wants timeout. Look at the first 3 of the afternoon. Daniel Savovich got it going. It's a 9-0 run for Rose-Hulman since the media timeout. They lead by 13 now, 44-31 over Illinois Tech on RHIT.TV.
A good engineer, a good mathematician, a good scientist can identify problems.
But in order to be a great scientist or engineer, you've got to have curiosity and you've got to have creativity, and that's what's going to set you apart.
You can't teach curiosity. You just need to encourage your student to be curious. Curious in anything that they do. Curious so that it brings out the innovations, the new ideas.
I can also put this like
back on RHIT.TV. 13:48 to go. Illinois Tech had to call a timeout as Rose-Hulman has busted this one open. They lead by 13 now, a 9-0 run for Rose-Hulman since the under-16. Chris, how have they done it?
Well, with a good dose of Miles McGowan for starters. He's getting really deep looks down low, and Illinois Tech is refusing to double him. So I would expect that they just keep doing that.
Well, we'll see what adjustments Illinois Tech makes coming out of the timeout.
McGowan is getting close to that double-double range. He's got 7 rebounds in addition to the 14 points. Savovich right behind him with 12 after that first three-pointer of the game for Rose-Hulman.
So Illinois Tech now trailing by 13 points. Cortez the drive, follow a jump shot on the way, he missed it. The rebound comes down to Rose-Hulman. Savovich, nice pass to the top. Blair for 3, left it short. Ritchie right there to recover it. Studemeyer, that one no good. And now this time, DeAndre Fortes comes down with the board. Three-pointer Carter, off the rim, no. Blair went down. He's hobbling a little bit, but he's still on his feet.
It's an awkward fall.
Corner 3, Ritchie. In and out, no good. And Iguade there to pull it in.
Rose-Hulman now 1 for 13 from 3.
Out of bounds, it'll stay with the Scarlet Hawks. Multitude of substitutions in. Miles Townsend will make his return for Illinois Tech. Joey Schmitz, Jack Genegis back into the game for Rose-Hulman.
You pointed out before at halftime that Illinois Tech was shooting over 50%. They're shooting 20% in the second half.
And that shot goes right on cue. Nicholas Ortiz knocking down a tough shot. Maybe that's the spark that gets Illinois Tech back into this game. In the post, Cole Pride, who also just checked in, left it short, got his own rebound. He left the second attempt short as well. And Illinois Tech, sigh of relief as they burn their way into the front court with Vortez. He lays it in, but a timeout called first by...
I think he got a foul.
Oh, is that what the call was? I thought they...
And it might have been an offensive foul.
No, it looks like it's going to stay with Illinois Tech. I thought they pointed towards the Scarlet Hawks bench for a minute, but we'll take another look at the replay real quick. Oh, he didn't have the referee in there, but we'll have a media timeout anyway as we have hit the 11:59 mark here in the second half. It's an 11-point lead for Rose-Hulman here at RHIT.TV.
If there is one thing wrong in your aircraft, you're gonna fail. Finding the right answer and trying again, that's really what dragged me to aerospace. This is a 3D printed airplane which I made over my freshman year at Rose-Hulman that can be radio controlled and flown. I saw other people making amazing stuff on 3D printers, and I thought if I combine that art of 3D printing with engineering, I could make something as complex as an airplane. So I got the idea as a sophomore in high school, and I just tried. I did it. I failed a couple times, but it all changed when I came to Rose-Hulman. I got in touch with Dr. Riley, who is an aerospace and ME professor, who really asked me great questions about the concepts of my design. So pursuing such project as a freshman, it just lets me feel amazing that I have still 3 years to do something much more complex than this, and it will lead me much further.
RHIT.TV is brought to you by the IndianaSRN Sports page. Wall-to-wall sports news every day. High school, college, pro sports. We have it all. Check it out at IndianaSRN.org and click on the sports page tab. Stay informed with the IndianaSRN Sports page. Back at Holbert Arena, the under-12 timeout. Rose-Hulman has extended their lead to double figures. They lead by 11 now. They've led by as many as 13. As Illinois Tech was out of trouble taking care of the ball and now scoring here in the second half. Will try to battle their way back, trying to pick up their first win of the season. If not, Rose-Hulman has an opportunity to pick up their first win of the season in their home opener.
Illinois Tech has only scored 6 points in the first 8 minutes of this half.
Ortiz up top. He's had a good day offensively. It was kicked out of bounds. Last touch by Rocco Ritchie. 14 on the shot clock. Ortiz cut off. Step back, triple on the way. Nice shot. Nicholas Ortiz from downtown knocks it in. You're absolutely right, Chris. They needed that one. 3 up top, Pride. Couldn't counter. Rebound loose. And a nice play by Ortiz over in the corner. Threw it off the leg of Ritchie out of bounds. And now Illinois Tech starting to gain a little bit of momentum back on their side.
It was Ortiz that made the play on both ends of the floor that time.
So far coming out of the half, the first 4-minute segment, Rose-Hulman was able to outscore Illinois Tech by 1. They outscored the Scarlet Hawks by 7 in that last 4-minute segment. Wamatani, nowhere to go. Carter with 7. Step back 3, well short and an air ball out of bounds. And not the shot I'm sure that Illinois Tech was looking for, but they had to force something up.
would have liked to seen Aguade be a little bit more aggressive there. He's got a substitute guarding him. He's 10 feet away from the basket, and he just pulled up and passed it outside.
Two-three zone still being put out by Illinois Tech. Wing three, not short. Another offensive rebound. A nice tap by Joey Schmitz. And it leads to the three-pointer up top. Rocco Ritchie knocks down the three. And now Rose-Hulman will call a timeout with 10:25 to go, as the Fighting Engineers open up another double-figure lead, 11 at 47-36. There's another look at that tap out.
Great play by Schmitz.
It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll stick here on RHIT.TV, which is brought to you by the Indiana Laborers District Council. The 12,000 Hoosier men and women with the Laborers District Council and affiliated local unions that build Indiana. We are LUNA. RHIT.TV is also brought to you by Make a Difference. Help us put more student athletes on TV by logging on to IndianaSRN.org and directing your donation to a specific school, or hit the donate button. More games, more opportunities for our kids. Indiana SRN, where you always have a front row seat. 47-36, Rose-Hulman able to go back up by double figures off the offensive rebound tap out by Joey Schmitz. And Rocco Ritchie knocked down the three after Illinois Tech started to gain a little bit of momentum back on their side. And Rose-Hulman was able to steal it right back. Carter down low, no good, foul called. He'll go to the free throw line.
Like the aggression there from Carter. The guy that's been able to stop him in this game is not in the game right now. That's Blair for Rose-Hulman. And there's no reason why Carter shouldn't be aggressive every time he touches the ball.
Carter leading the way with 15 points for Illinois Tech. He'll have two coming. First shot's good. It's hard to find somebody on this roster for Illinois Tech who has as much of a sports background as his family does. His dad, Eldridge, was on scholarship at Holy Cross for men's basketball. Was a McDonald's All-American, by the way, back in the day. His mom, Karen, graduated from Ohio State. As the second shot's good. His grandpa, Donald, ran track and field at Kent State. His brother, Donovan, plays basketball at the Milwaukee School of Engineering. By the way, that's another D3 program. And almost a turnover forced in the backcourt.
Almost carried it.
And then his great-grandpa, still talking about Garrison Carter, was a Korean War hero who's buried at Arlington National Cemetery. That shot no good by Cole Pride. And his great-grandpa Eldridge, also a member of the Harlem Globetrotters as well. So a lot of athletic background for Garrison Carter.
A lot of options, too.
Carter for three. Can't put it in. The rebound falls into the hands of Rocco Ritchie. Up top, he'll fire the three-pointer. No good. Ball loose. Picked up by Vortez on the run. 2-on-1. Euro stepping in a wild shot, and he puts it in. DeAndre Vortez out of control. It does not matter. Wild circus shot finds the net.
We knew that Rose-Hulman would play a lot of guys, but by my count, they've got 4 substitutes on the floor right now, and I assume that's to get the starters ready for that last run.
Benny Smith, one of those subs, knocking down the three, and extends the lead back to double figures. And all of a sudden, Rose-Hulman, who was ice cold from beyond the arc, starting to find the range. Carter. Nifty dribble. He lost it off of his foot. But just in the nick of time, Jack Genegis called for the foul. There's another look at that three-pointer from Benny Smith.
Maybe in Carter's head a little bit. He's missed several three-point attempts, and there he had an open look, but he passed on it.
Here's another look at that Vortez finish as well. Great body control to be able to finish that one off balance. He's had a breakout year in his senior year. Last season, talking about DeAndre Vortez, 6 points a game, less than a rebound, and less than an assist per game. This year, 16.5 points, 2 rebounds a game. Shot clock winding down. Carter going to have to launch. Can't put it in. Rebound comes into the hands of Ritchie again. Approaching the 8-minute mark, Rose-Hulman still with a 10-point lead. They busted things open in that second segment coming out of halftime. They outscored Illinois Tech by 7. They're able to extend what had been a back-and-forth 3 to 5-point lead up to double figures. Whistle. Jump ball. Nice defense from Illinois Tech, collapsing in down low on Miles McGowan. And that will lead to the under 8 media timeout. 50-40, Rose-Hulman hanging on to a double-figure lead over Illinois Tech here from Holbert Arena. We'll take a quick step aside and return on the other side of this break here on RHIT.TV. RHIT.TV is brought to you by Family Source Insurance. Pat Cherry is your independent agent representing Ohio Mutual Insurance. Call him today for coverage tomorrow, 317-894-7000. RHIT.TV is also brought to you by Aspen Creek Grill. Why go anywhere else for delicious food? If you're looking for amazing, fresh food that servers that genuinely care about your service, you've got to try Aspen Creek Grill.
Right before the break there, we saw the first evidence, really, of the game of Illinois Tech collapsing down on McGowan. I've mentioned several times he has a tendency to dribble as soon as he gets it, and that's when all the help came, and that's probably a smart move, probably something we'll see the rest of the way.
Off the inbound, Ritchie fadeaway on the way, and he knocks it in. That's a tough shot by Rocco Ritchie. Yeah. He started to come alive over the course of the last couple of minutes.
Defensively, you feel pretty good about that trip, and then the ball goes in.
How will Illinois Tech respond? That's the question. Hard double on the hedge. Watatani to the corner. Iguata gives it back to him. Now Vortez trying to create. He lost it, and a foul called on Benny Smith as the ball was knocked loose.
We talked before the game about Iguata actually has the ability to make outside shots. We haven't seen a lot of it here. He almost fired one there. Be interesting to see if we get any of that for the rest of the game.
So DeAndre Vortez will go to the free throw line. It was 92% coming into today's game. First shot's good. Terrence Gray, the head coach for Illinois Tech, expected Vortez to make a big leap this past season, or coming into this season, I should say. And he delivered on that, especially in their season opener. 31 points, 5 of 11 from 3 against Albion to begin the season. Only made 2 starts and 12 appearances all of last year. That second shot's good.
If you're down 10 with 7.5 to go, it helps to be in the bonus.
Token pressure being put on by the Scarlet Hawks. And Studemeyer able to handle it as he gets across the timeline. Smith entry down low, McGowan.
There's the dribble, there's the double.
That was a great spin. The contact prevented a layup on that weak side. Simon Blair was wide open, ready to finish it off. So not the worst thing in the world if you're Illinois Tech, although that is your 5th foul, so you're approaching putting Rose-Hulman into the penalty. Iguata will go to the bench. Watatani will go to the bench. McGowan against the larger junior. Double comes, he gets rid of it. Smith, nice ball fake. Pull-up jumper, no. Whistle away from the ball and a foul underneath. And Owen Walsh saying, what else am I supposed to do? Miles McGowan bigger than he is, and he had to throw him to the ground in order to prevent giving up an offensive rebound.
Getting closer to that double-double mark. He's at 14 and 8. And he gets the ball again.
Looking for his second, talking about McGowan. Fall-away jump shot, no good. Studemeyer chases down his own rebound again. Studemeyer with 1 double-double on the year. Looking for a second and also his 22nd of his career. Smith knocks down the 3.
He's playing some great minutes off the bench.
Benny Smith struggling from 3 coming into this game, just 1 of 6. Knocks down a big-time 3 to extend the lead to 13 for Rose-Hulman. Carter on the back door, deflected away, read beautifully by Simon Blair. And Rose-Hulman has an opportunity to put the nail in the coffin potentially here on these next couple of possessions. Take another look at that 3 from Benny Johnson. Confident stroke.
And the attention on McGowan helps there. And actually, Smith would have gotten another look from 3 if Illinois Tech hadn't kicked the ball. Here comes McGowan again on the screen.
Studemeyer looking for the rolling McGowan. Throws it upstairs. He goes and gets it, finishes it off. Largest lead of the afternoon for Rose-Hulman at 15.
Ortiz felt like he was pushed. Got a word or two for the official.
Kick ball, it's gut check time now for Illinois Tech. And not out of this game completely.
Here's the replay, and there was a little bit of an extension, some contact for sure. And then you see the communication with his arms.
Carter got open, dribble on the way, yes. Garrison Carter able to get another 3 to go.
Keep it within striking distance at least.
Illinois Tech trying to hang around. There's still plenty of time to make a comeback. Down low, challenge at the rim. Blocking foul called. DeBone Jr. able to get his hand on that one to prevent 2. As Benny Smith will go to the line and a chance to get those 2 back the hard way.
You can see the Cardinal Ritter product really gaining confidence with every shot that goes down here in the second half, and his coach is keeping him on the floor.
Smith to the line, free throws good. Benny Smith, an expanded role this season. In the 2 games leading into tonight, he had already played 40% of his entirety of the minutes that he faced last year. So getting more of a nod here in his sophomore campaign. Knocks down the shot. Back the other way comes Illinois Tech, trailing by 14. Carter to the top. He just hit one. He left that one short. And Benny Smith the rebound. Smith had it taken away from behind. Owen Walsh there to take it back for the Scarlet Hawks. Ortiz, no-look skip, near side corner. And Walsh had to get rid of it. Vortez creating, and he got it blocked. Benny Smith read him like a book. Ritchie left it short. Illinois Tech trying to get out of transition, and now Ortiz will slow it down. Rather wisely at that point, he didn't have numbers. Walsh down low. It's got to be points quick for Illinois Tech. Time starting to tick away. Carter got bumped in a foul with 4:20 to go. Let's take another look at that block. Beautiful anticipation right there from Benny Smith. He's with him every single step of the way. Great anticipation. Iguade will come back in for Ebone Jr. And Daniel Savovich will replace Rocco Ritchie. RHIT.TV is brought to you by Clean Slate. Find your future in the cloud. We're a technology consulting firm specializing in custom-built modern applications and products that deliver greater agility, faster speed to innovation, and the resiliency to handle whatever the future throws your way. Call us at 866-885-3249.
Guade's playing the rest of the way with 4 fouls.
He's down low defending against McGowan. He forces the miss. And it was last touched by Rose-Hulman. Genegis will check back in as Blair will take a seat. 3 players in double figures, by the way, for Illinois Tech. And it was who you would think it would be, well, at least looking at it from Vortez's and Carter's perspective, but give credit to Nicholas Ortiz, averaging 5 points a game on the night, up to 15 points to lead the way for Illinois Tech. His pass to the corner, 3-pointer from Walsh, and he hits it. Cuts the lead back down to 11.
Every time it starts to feel like Rose-Hulman is creeping away and putting the game out of reach, you get a big shot from Illinois Tech, but they're running out of time to make their last run.
3-pointer on the way. That's good. Jack Genegis able to counteract the 3. The lob down low, and whoa, a big hit. Joshua Iguane going down, and thankful for that padding, I'm sure, as well. He hit the stanchion pretty hard right there. Another look at that 3-pointer, a big-time 3-pointer at that from Jack Genegis. Timeout on the court, 3:19 to go here from Holbert Arena, 62-48. Rose-Hulman on top by 14.
So my goal is to get involved in space industry and learn about what lies beyond the Earth's horizon. I came across Rose Rocketry. I saw, hey, they're doing some really cool stuff. They're building rockets. I really grew a lot being as part of the team. Last year, through Rose Rocketry, I was able to attend SED's Space Vision 2022, which was a student conference for people who want to get involved in space. And I was able to go to Washington, D.C. and talk to so many people within the space industry who come together and say, this is what the next goals for space are. Being at Rose, I was able to hone my engineering skills to push myself to get involved in the field further and learn about all these different opportunities. And I don't think I would have really gotten that at a bigger university.
RHIT.TV is brought to you by Clean Slate. Find your future in the cloud. We're a technology consulting firm specializing in custom-built modern applications and products that deliver greater agility, faster speed innovation, and the resiliency to handle whatever the future throws your way. Call us at 866-885-3249. RHIT.TV is also brought to you by Wheeler Mission. For over 131 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community, providing help, hope, and healing to people in need. You can volunteer today at 317-686-6239. Ball deflected out of bounds. Rose-Hulman hangs on to it. The full court press is being put on by the Scarlet Hawks. They trail by 14. They've got to get stops, and they've got to get buckets quickly.
McGowan's 1 rebound away from his double-double.
That'd be the
16 and 9.
That'd be the 22nd of his career, the second of this young season. He's got the ball now. Has to get rid of it. Down to 12. Savovich lost the ball out of bounds. Last touch by Iguade, who took a big spill going into that timeout. Was able to step back onto the court. Seems to be okay.
Savovich got a nice little break there, but it helps when the guys behind you are getting their job done.
Down to 4. McGowan has to get rid of it. Savovich looking for the dagger. Oh, he got it! Savovich knocks down the 3 with the shot clock expiring. Largest lead of the afternoon for Rose-Hulman at 17 points. And that might have been the fatal blow.
Helps to have that urgency of the shot clock. He really got his shoulders and his feet square. Looked good from as soon as he let it go.
Ortiz can't get that one to go. And the rebound taken in by Genegis. 2:15 to go. Rose-Hulman in their home opener on par to pick up their first win of this young season. Wow. Daniel Savovich having himself an afternoon. 15 points on the afternoon for Savovich. That ties a career high. Carter stuffed. Jennings with him stride for stride. And now the substitutions will come in for Illinois Tech. James Pillipole into the game for the first time. Joshua Joyner. Ebone Jr. back into the game as well. Tyler Kress. And also Jason Pillipole, or I should say Pillipole as well. Also a multitude of subs in for Rose-Hulman as well. Whistle. And we're going the other way. BJ Wesley. Aaron Cook also into the game, as well as Terrell Doxey, who's going to be inbounding right here. Wesley double team. Stacy for three, no good. That was James Stacy. Nice crash from up top by Doxey. And down to the ground will go. What a foul in the backcourt.
Both teams sort of acknowledging the reality of the situation with all that subbing. Getting the second line, second unit, maybe third unit in there. Rose-Hulman done a really effective job in the second half of matching some offense with that defense they had in the first half to put this game out of reach late.
Joshua Joyner, the senior from Chicago, left the free throw short. Ball's loose, and it is picked up by Pillipole. One of the two Pillipole brothers out there on the court right now. Joyner shot short, Jason and James. Jason the older, the junior. James the freshman, both out of Joliet, Illinois. Making their first appearance of the night and their third appearance on the season through 4 games. Aaron Cook in the backcourt, 7 feet tall. He's fouled. That'll send him to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. How about the afternoon for Daniel Savovich? I was a little bit behind reading the stat monitor, but with that last shot that he put in, that actually broke a career high. He is 17 points on the day. The offensive putback not there for James Stacy. 17 points now, a new career high for Daniel Savovich. Had a terrific day. Foul down low, 16-9 also, by the way, for McGowan.
Wasn't so much the amount of scoring he did, but the spots in which he scored. I remember the end of the first half, you know, when they were able to take that lead, had a good bit to do with his ability to score on a few drives. And then in the second half, he hits some shots from the outside when his team was really struggling from out there.
Pillipole knocks down the first free throw. He's got one more coming. And he got both. James Pillipole knocks down the free throws. Back the other way will go. Three-pointer on the way. That one good.
Look at that reaction from the bench. They were waiting for that one.
Aston Sylvester from beyond the arc knocks down the three. Extends the lead back to 19. And that's got to feel good for him. And also the bench.
They loved it.
Taking a little page out of, what was it? Was it Winthrop a couple years back who had the had all the bench celebrations? I'm sure I'm getting that wrong. Floater inside, that one left short, no good by Wesley. The offensive put back down low. And it was James Stacy, I believe, there to put it back.
It seems to be part of the job description of being a reserve in college basketball, I think, to lead some of that.
Kress missed it. Ball loose. Down to the floor will go. And it was Stacy diving after it with Ebone Jr.
Stacy, the tallest guy on Rose-Hulman's roster, making his presence known on his first few times up and down the court.
So Junior will step to the free throw line with 16 and 9/10 to go, and a 21-point lead for Rose-Hulman. His first free throw rattles in. Next stop for both of these teams, Illinois Tech will be at home on Wednesday to take on DePaul. As for Rose-Hulman, they'll be right back here on Monday night. And they'll face off against Wabash. Offensive rebound and a nice hustle play down low. Tyler Kress trying to make a case to give him a couple of minutes later on in the season. Got to think about how valuable these minutes are for these role players right here.
You're always competing. In practice, late in the game, there are different ways to earn your coach's trust, and this is one of those ways. Not the only way, but it's one of them.
Brother connection was broken up, but Ebone Jr. right there to slam it. And those will be the final points, more than likely, of the night for Illinois Tech. And that will do it. Final score from Holbert Arena. Rose-Hulman picks up their first win of this young season. They take down Illinois Tech 72-54. Chris, give me your thoughts on this afternoon's game. Obviously, Illinois Tech got off to a good start, but they couldn't sustain it.
Yeah, just a really efficient, disciplined basketball game for the Engineers, and maybe you would expect that given the kind of student who comes here. But yeah, offensively, defensively, rebounding, really impressed, and well-deserved first win of the season.
Nicholas Ortiz leads the way for Illinois Tech with 15 points. Daniel Savovich, a career-high 17 points here this afternoon.
I think we can't emphasize enough that Simon Blair, the job that he did on Carter on the other side, he was a huge part of this game, even though some of that effort isn't going to show up on the stat sheet.
Once again, final score from Holbert Arena, 72-54. Rose-Hulman gets their first win of the season. Special thanks to our cameraman Eric Eaton and our producer Chuck Levine. For Chris Schumerth, I'm Cruz Martin saying thank you so much for watching. This has been Rose-Hulman Basketball on RHIT.TV. Good night, everybody.